Galactic Empire in shock. Human technology not merely powerful, but unimaginable. Best HFY stories. The stars stretched endlessly across the sky, and among them, humanity's place was still new and small. Earth had grown strong in its own way, but in the larger galaxy, humans were considered unpredictable and fragile. Some called them dangerous, others called them curious. Most simply ignored them, thinking they would fade away before reaching the stars. On the bridge of a massive alien warship, General Kara Vesh studied the reports with a deep frown. She was tall, her skin a pale shade of silver, and her eyes shimmered like liquid crystal. Her people had fought countless wars, conquered thousands of systems, and yet she had never seen a species like humanity. They were reckless, yes, but clever. They were fragile, yes, but they survived where no one else would. She had watched them for years, and she knew the throne would not listen. Kara turned to her second-in-command, a stern officer named Relin. "We cannot underestimate them," she said. "They will not fall because we are strong. They will rise because they are different, adaptive, creative, dangerous in ways they do not even understand themselves." Relin hesitated. "But they are humans, General, small, unarmed, inexperienced. They do not have the fleets to fight us properly. Do you truly believe they are a threat?" Kara's eyes narrowed. "I do. And if the throne ignores this warning, countless species will regret it. I am going to speak at the council. I am going to plead for humanity's safety." Meanwhile, on Earth, humans were preparing for the first official interstellar contact. Humanity had sent explorers to the neighboring systems, and now, diplomats and scientists were traveling to the galactic throne seat for a meeting. Daniel Brooks, a human diplomat in his late 30s, adjusted his tie nervously. The room around him shimmered with alien light, and he felt both awe and fear. Beside him, Maya Collins, a young and bright diplomat, whispered, "They are watching us. I can feel it. Every move we make is being judged." Daniel nodded, trying to remain calm. "We have to show them we are ready, peaceful, strong, but not threatening." On the observation deck of a nearby star station, Ethan Cole, an engineer with quick hands and a quick mind, was tinkering with a small drone. "They're watching everything," he said, not looking up. "Even the little things. Every system, every movement, every colony." Lily Harper, a pilot with a calm but sharp gaze, laughed softly. "Then let them watch. They won't understand what humans are capable of. Not yet." Back in the council halls, General Kara Vesh prepared her speech. The throne's assembly was enormous, filled with representatives from thousands of species. They were grand, imposing, and mostly indifferent to the human's fate. Kara stepped forward. Her voice was steady, her tone formal. "I speak today as one who has observed humanity closely. I have seen their flaws and I have seen their strengths. They are fragile, yes, but they adapt. They are inexperienced, yes, but they innovate. They are young, yes, but they have the potential to change the course of the galaxy itself." Some council members chuckled. Others whispered to each other. One of the larger reptilian members leaned forward. "You overestimate them, General. Humans are primitive. They cannot even defend themselves properly. Why should we care about them?" Kara's eyes blazed. "Because underestimating them will be our greatest mistake. They may seem small, but they survive where others fail. They bond with each other and with their allies in ways no other species does. They fight with passion, with courage, and with intelligence that adapts in real time. I have seen them overcome odds that would crush even the most powerful fleets." There was silence for a moment. Then one of the counselors, a tall, shimmering being with many eyes, spoke. "And what would you have us do, General? Shield them from conflict. Protect them from the inevitable struggles of the galaxy." Kara's voice grew firmer. "Yes, I ask you to leave humanity alone. Do not test them. Do not provoke them. Do not push them toward destruction. They are not just another species. They have the potential to be a force for change, for unity, for hope. Let them grow in peace. Let them decide their own path before the galaxy decides it for them." The council murmured. The throne's representatives exchanged glances, and Kara could feel the cold weight of indifference pressing down. The Galactic throne had always been more concerned with politics, power, and control than with warnings or wisdom. After a tense pause, the throne's leader, an enormous being with golden wings and eyes like molten fire, spoke. "We hear your concerns, General Vesh, but the galaxy does not wait. Species rise and fall. Strength is tested, weaknesses are exploited. Humanity is young, yes. Perhaps they will prove themselves. Perhaps they will fail. We will allow events to unfold as they must." Kara's fists clenched. She had expected this, and yet it still felt like a punch to the chest. "You are making a dangerous mistake," she said softly, almost to herself. As she left the council chamber, she knew what must be done. She could no longer stand by quietly. She had to observe humanity closely and prepare to act if the throne's decision led to catastrophe. On Earth, humanity was unaware of the full scope of the danger they faced. Daniel Brooks and Maya Collins were busy negotiating trade agreements, scientific exchanges, and cultural treaties. Ethan and Lily were testing new ship designs and scouting distant systems. But in the shadows of the galaxy, coalition fleets were already preparing. Several alien empires, hearing rumors of humanity's growing presence, wanted to claim human worlds for resources and strategic advantage. They assumed humanity would fall easily. They assumed Kara's warnings were exaggerations. The first signs of trouble came in the border systems. Mining stations reported strange sensor readings. Ships were disappearing. Colonists spoke of unknown ships observing them silently. Ethan Cole noticed irregular patterns in communication signals. "Someone's testing us," he said. "They're seeing how fast we respond, how clever we are under pressure." Lily nodded. "Then we need to be ready. They think humans are fragile. They are wrong. We can adapt faster than they realize." As the council turned a blind eye, General Kara continued her quiet vigilance. She monitored fleets, studied human strategies, and even met with humans in secret. Daniel and Maya were surprised when a strange alien appeared in their conference room without announcement. Kara introduced herself, and despite the tension, she offered her assistance. "I cannot protect you officially," she said. "The throne has decided to ignore the danger, but I can give you information. I can warn you. You may be the only species that can prevent this galaxy from tearing itself apart." Daniel was shocked but curious. "Why would you help us? You fought against us before." Kara's eyes softened. "I fought because I had to. I observed because I had to. But I see now that humans are not just survivors. You are more than a species. I see potential, a spark that could light the entire galaxy. I cannot stand by and watch that be destroyed." Over the next weeks, Kara secretly shared intelligence. She warned of coalition movements, advised on fleet formations, and helped humans understand alien technology. Humanity began to prepare, quietly, for a challenge they did not yet fully understand. Yet, the throne remained indifferent. They focused on politics, trade, and minor disputes elsewhere. They assumed nothing would happen, that humans would fail or that conflicts would resolve themselves. But Kara knew differently. She walked through the human colonies under the cover of shadows, seeing their ingenuity firsthand. Humans built defenses with limited resources, using recycled materials and old designs in new ways. They trained rapidly, organized efficiently, and bonded deeply. Kara realized that if the throne allowed the coalition to attack, humans would fight in ways the galaxy could not predict. In one hidden observation, Kara watched Ethan and Lily lead a fleet exercise. Small ships darted around massive alien vessels, using unpredictable maneuvers and advanced AI algorithms to avoid fire and target weaknesses. She had never seen anything like it. Humans were not just adapting, they were evolving in real time under stress. Kara returned to her ship, conflicted. She had warned the throne, She had pleaded for humanity's safety, and they had ignored her. She could see now that humanity's survival might force the galaxy to change, whether the throne liked it or not. Somewhere deep in her chest, she felt a strange hope. If humans survived, if they could overcome the tests and attacks ahead, perhaps the galaxy could become a place of cooperation instead of conquest. Perhaps they could remind the throne that power alone did not guarantee wisdom. And as the stars stretched endlessly, glimmering with distant suns and hidden worlds, Kara made a silent promise. She would stand with humanity if the galaxy turned against them. She would do what the throne refused to do. She would prepare for the day when humans would show the galaxy who they truly were, because she knew the truth that no counselor could see. Humans were not weak. Humans were not helpless. And one day, the galaxy would pay attention, whether it wanted to or not. The first sign of war came quietly. At the edge of human space, a small mining colony on the planet Verdun reported unusual movements. Massive alien ships appeared on sensors, moving in patterns that suggested they were testing defenses rather than exploring. The humans at the colony, mostly miners and engineers, watched in fear as sleek, black cruisers hovered near their outposts. Ethan Cole, the engineer, was the first to notice a pattern in the sensor logs. He traced the movements carefully, his fingers flying over the console. "They're probing our systems," he said to Lily Harper, who stood behind him, arms crossed. "Not just observing. Testing how fast we respond where we are weak." Lily nodded, her expression serious. "Then we respond. We show them that humans are not easy prey." On Earth, Daniel Brooks received the first official message from the Coalition, a group of alien empires that had decided to push humanity into submission. The message was polite on the surface, but it carried a clear threat. "Your species is young. Your defenses are weak. We recommend surrender or cooperation." Daniel read the words aloud to Maya Collins. "They want us to give in," he said. "But what do they think? That we will just hand over our colonies and resources?" Maya shook her head. "We cannot give up. Not now, not ever. They do not understand humans." Meanwhile, General Kara Vesh watched from her command ship in orbit around the outer colonies. Her people had the technology to strike first and destroy humanity before it could fight back, but she refused. "No," she said to her second-in-command, Relin. "We do not attack. We cannot interfere directly, but I will give them knowledge. I will guide them. The throne may not care, but I do." Kara transmitted data secretly to human fleets. Schematics of alien ships, weak points in patrol routes, predicted fleet movements, all of it sent to the humans in encrypted form. Ethan and Lily received the transmissions in their small command room. "What is this?" Ethan asked, opening a data file. The schematics showed the alien cruisers in detail, including shield frequencies and weapon ranges. "It's from Kara," Lily said, her eyes wide. "She's helping us. She's risking everything to warn us." Daniel and Maya, meanwhile, were negotiating with neighboring human colonies to prepare a united defense. "We have to be ready," Daniel said. "They will attack. If we stand divided, we lose. But if we work together, even a small human force can outsmart them." The first attacks came unexpectedly. Alien fighters and small frigates descended on Verdun's mining stations. The colonists were terrified, but humans reacted faster than the aliens expected. Civilian engineers and pilots took control of cargo ships and transport vessels, converting them into makeshift combat ships. Lily led one group of fighters, weaving through asteroid fields to strike alien cruisers from angles no one expected. Ethan monitored the attacks from the command center, calculating trajectories and shield timings in real time. They were outnumbered, outgunned, and inexperienced, but they were determined. On the alien command side, General Kara watched quietly. She felt a mixture of pride and worry. Humans were fighting intelligently, using ingenuity rather than brute force. "They are not just surviving," she murmured to Relin. "They are learning. They are evolving in battle, Relin frowned, but they cannot hold forever. Even with their clever tactics, they are fragile. They are humans. Kara's gaze was firm. Exactly, and that is why they are dangerous. Fragile does not mean weak. Humans turn disadvantage into strength, chaos into strategy. Watch and see. Across the battlefield, small human ships darted between massive alien cruisers. Explosions lit the darkness of space, and debris floated in eerie silence. Captain Jack Turner, a young and daring human, commanded a squadron of fighters. He shouted orders quickly but calmly. "Flank the cruiser," he yelled. "Use the asteroid for cover. Keep your distance from the lasers and fire at their weak points." The alien pilots were shocked. They had expected humans to be clumsy and predictable. Instead, the humans moved with coordination and daring that caught them off guard. Fighter after fighter found weak spots in the alien shields, striking with precision. Meanwhile, back on Verdun, civilian volunteers had taken mining ships and retrofitted them with weapons. Simple designs, crude engineering, but effective in their own way. The aliens were unprepared for this kind of unpredictable resistance. Ethan, watching the holographic displays, shook his head in amazement. "They're using mining lasers as weapons," he said. "They're shooting through asteroid rock and debris to reach enemy weak points. No one in the galaxy would expect this." Lily smiled grimly. "We're humans. We do the impossible because we have to." In the council halls of the throne, Kara's warnings had gone unheard, but news of the attacks reached the assembly quickly. Panic spread among the representatives. They had underestimated humans. Reports of small fleets destroying alien cruisers and mining colonies turning into battle stations were everywhere. One counselor, a multi-limbed creature with shimmering scales, hissed in disbelief. "These humans are not primitive. They are dangerous. They are destroying our patrols." Another counselor waved a claw dismissively. "This is temporary. They will tire. Their strength is nothing compared to the combined power of the coalition." Kara's eyes burned with frustration. "Do you not see? You are provoking a species that will not surrender. You are forcing them to grow faster than any empire in history. You are making a mistake that will cost you everything." But the throne remained silent. Indifference and arrogance had always been its guiding principle. Back on the battlefield, the humans adapted again and again. Scientist Ava Grant developed quick modifications to ship shields, allowing them to absorb alien energy blasts and redirect the power back at attackers. Engineers reprogrammed AI systems in hours, creating strategies the aliens could not anticipate. The coalition forces began to panic. Their commanders had underestimated humans, assuming they would crumble under pressure. Instead, humans were learning from every attack, improving their tactics and striking harder than before. Captain Jack Turner led a daring assault on a cruiser twice the size of his fleet. "We flank from below," he said. "We distract their main guns with decoy drones, then target the engine core. We hit together. One strike, maximum effect." The attack succeeded. The alien cruiser exploded in a bright flash, leaving fragments floating in space. Human cheers echoed through the small fleet, even though they were still deep in danger. General Kara allowed herself a small smile. She had known humans were clever, but seeing it in action was breathtaking. She thought of all the times she had pleaded with the throne to leave humanity alone. Now she understood. They were not just clever. They were unstoppable when they needed to be. Daniel Brooks and Maya Collins were coordinating relief for colonies under attack. They organized transports, supplies, and reinforcements while staying in constant communication with military leaders like Jack Turner. "They think they can scare us," Daniel said, "but humans do not fear what they can adapt to." Maya nodded. "We need to stay calm, stay smart, and keep them alive. Every victory gives us more time to prepare." The coalition, desperate to regain control, launched a larger attack on the system's capital station. This time, hundreds of alien ships surrounded the human defenses. It should have been overwhelming. It should have been the end. But humans had grown smarter. Ethan Cole coordinated countermeasures, redirecting energy flows and creating artificial gravity anomalies to confuse enemy targeting. Lily Harper led precision strikes that disabled critical systems on the larger ships. Civilians fought alongside soldiers, showing courage and determination that surprised even their own commanders. From orbit, Kara watched in amazement. "They are not just surviving," she said softly. "They are winning, and the throne cannot stop them." The battle raged for hours, with both sides taking heavy losses, but humanity's adaptability and creativity turned the tide. Small, coordinated strikes crippled the alien fleet, forcing them to retreat. Captain Jack Turner landed on the battered Capitol station, exhausted but triumphant. His crew cheered, but he remained focused. "This is just the beginning," he said. "They will come again and we will be ready. Humans survive, humans fight, and humans never give up." Daniel Brooks received a message from Kara. She had observed the battle and offered new intelligence on the Coalition's next move. "Trust her," Daniel said to Maya. "She sees what the throne cannot. She believes in us, even when no one else does." Maya smiled. "Then we fight smarter. We show the galaxy that humans are not weak. We show them that no empire can crush what refuses to be broken." As the dust settled over Verdun, humans began repairing ships, reorganizing defenses, and preparing for the next wave. They had survived an attack that was meant to destroy them, and they had learned from it. General Kara Vesh stood silently in her observation deck, thinking about the future. Humanity was young, yes, and fragile in many ways, but their creativity, courage, and resilience made them a force the galaxy had never seen before. The throne had ignored her warnings. They had turned a blind eye, but humanity was no longer just a species to be dismissed. They were survivors, fighters, and something more, something that could change the galaxy. Kara whispered to herself, almost in awe, "They are ready. And soon, the galaxy will see what I have seen all along. Humans are not to be underestimated." The stars shone brightly over Verdun and far beyond, across the galaxy. Humanity had survived its first true test in space, but the war was only beginning. The Coalition would return, stronger and more determined. But the humans had already learned a truth no one else could ignore. They could fight, adapt, and survive anything. And in that moment, Kara knew that when the galaxy faced the storm ahead, humanity would stand as a beacon of hope, ingenuity, and power that no one could dismiss. The Coalition's retreat after the battle at Verdun was only temporary. They regrouped in distant systems, repairing ships and planning a larger assault. They assumed humanity had been lucky, that their victories were the result of chance and not skill. But humans had already learned too much. Captain Jack Turner paced the command room of the newly repaired human flagship. "They think this is luck," he said. "They think we cannot fight again, but they do not understand humans. They never will." Ethan Cole, adjusting the energy systems of the ship, nodded. "We have learned from every attack. Their patterns, their tactics, they repeat the same mistakes. We can use that against them." Lily Harper, leaning against the console, smirked. "It's funny. They came thinking humans were weak. They didn't expect us to grow so fast. And now we are stronger than they guessed." Far away, General Kara Vesh continued to watch the humans in secret. She had warned the throne and they had ignored her. She had pleaded to leave humanity alone, and still the Coalition threatened them. But now she could see the truth clearly. Humans did not just survive, they adapted, they learned, and they were ready to strike back. Kara transmitted more intelligence to the human fleet. She warned them about Coalition formations, weapon weaknesses, and potential ambushes. She guided their movements without interfering directly, giving humans just enough information to survive and plan. Daniel Brooks and Maya Collins worked tirelessly to coordinate colonies, fleets, and resources. "We cannot fight alone," Daniel said. "Every colony, every fleet, every ship must work together. If we unite, we can push them back." Maya nodded. "Humans are stronger together. That is our advantage. The coalition does not expect it. They fight alone, relying on hierarchy and order. We fight with flexibility, and they cannot predict us." The first counterattack came sooner than anyone expected. The coalition launched a fleet toward the human system of Arden, hoping to crush one of the smaller colonies. Hundreds of ships appeared on sensors, large cruisers at the center, flanked by smaller fighters. Jack Turner prepared his squadron. "We are outnumbered, yes," he said, "but they do not know us. They do not know how humans fight. We strike smart, we strike fast, and we strike together. Remember, we are not just surviving, we are winning." Ethan adjusted the targeting systems. "I have analyzed their formations. Their flanks are weak, their shields are predictable. We can hit them where it hurts." Lily grinned. "Then let's show them what humans can do." The battle began. Small human fighters darted between massive alien cruisers, weaving through laser fire and asteroid fields. Mining ships turned into makeshift attack vessels, their crude modifications working better than anyone expected. Ava Grant, the scientist, had developed new adaptive shields that could change their frequency mid-battle, making them nearly impossible to hit. Her team worked tirelessly, recalibrating in real time as the fight raged. Jack led a daring maneuver. "Divide and confuse them," he shouted. "Draw their attention to the decoys and hit the engines." The coalition ships were caught off guard. They had expected humans to fight predictably, with small squads and limited strategy. Instead, humans moved unpredictably, striking in ways that seemed chaotic but were highly calculated. Daniel Brooks monitored communications, coordinating supply lines and reinforcements. "Every victory counts," he told Maya. "Every colony we save strengthens us. Every system that survives gives us an edge." Maya smiled. "Humans do not just fight with weapons. We fight with intelligence, with creativity, and with courage. That is what makes us dangerous." The coalition commanders began to panic. Their ships were being destroyed faster than they could replace them. Small human fleets, once considered weak, were now dismantling entire squadrons. Even larger cruisers struggled to withstand attacks from adaptive shields and precise human strikes. Meanwhile, Kara watched quietly from her observation post. She had never seen a species learn and grow so quickly under pressure. Humans were not just resisting, they were evolving, turning each loss into knowledge and each victory into a foundation for the next fight. She whispered to herself, "They are becoming what I always knew they could be: strong, clever, unstoppable." The humans pressed their advantage. Jack Turner led a squadron through a dense asteroid field to attack the coalition's flagship. The alien ship's massive weapons could not track the fast, small vessels weaving through rock and debris. Human fighters struck at critical systems, crippling the ship and forcing the fleet to retreat. Ethan Cole monitored energy outputs, sending data to Lily and Jack in real time. "Shields are down for 2 minutes. Engines exposed. Hit now or lose the chance." Lily piloted her ship with precision. "I am hitting it. Watch the explosions." The flagship exploded, sending a shockwave through the surrounding fleet. The coalition's morale collapsed. Their soldiers panicked, their commanders scrambled to regroup, and many ships turned back in retreat. On the human side, cheers erupted across the fleet. Even civilian volunteers smiled, exhausted but proud. They had done the impossible. They had turned a battle they were expected to lose into a decisive victory. Daniel Brooks received a message from Kara. She had analyzed the coalition's retreat and provided predictions for their next moves. "We have her guidance," Daniel said to Maya. "She believes in us, even when the galaxy does not. That is our greatest advantage." Maya nodded. "She is right. We survive because we fight smart, and now we strike back before they can recover." The humans took the fight to the coalition. Small squads of fighters, supported by retrofitted ships, struck at supply lines, communication relays, and shipyards. The coalition was unprepared for this level of strategy. They had expected humans to retreat and hide, but instead, humans attacked where the enemy was weakest. Jack Turner led a daring raid on a coalition repair station. His team used mining drones to bypass defenses and plant explosives at key points. The station was destroyed before the enemy could respond. Lily Harper piloted her ship through the wreckage, scanning for survivors. "They thought they could intimidate us," she said, "but humans do not give up. We fight, we adapt, we win." Ethan Cole monitored the aftermath. "Every strike we make weakens them further. Every battle teaches us more." This is how humans survive, by learning faster than anyone else. Kara watched, silently cheering the humans on. She knew that the throne had ignored her warnings, but now the galaxy could see the truth. Humans were not just fighters, they were innovators, survivors, and leaders. Daniel Brooks coordinated with other colonies, ensuring that each human victory was reinforced and each loss was learned from. "We are building more than a defense," he told Maya. "We are building a force the galaxy will respect." Maya smiled. "And we are showing the throne that ignoring us was their first mistake." The coalition's leaders realized that their strategy had failed. Their fleets were weaker, their soldiers demoralized, and their supply lines destroyed. Panic spread among their ranks. Jack Turner led a final assault on a major coalition base. His small fleet used hit-and-run tactics, precision strikes, and clever maneuvers to disable defenses and destroy ships. The aliens could not anticipate the human strategy, and one by one, their forces crumbled. Ethan and Lily coordinated the attack, using every tool at their disposal. Adaptive shields, AI-guided drones, and repurposed civilian ships created chaos for the coalition. Every strike was calculated, every move precise. Ava Grant monitored the energy systems of the fleet, redirecting power to where it was most needed. "We are not just fighting," she said. "We are proving that humans are unstoppable when united." Kara watched from orbit, her heart swelling with pride. Humans had survived attacks that should have destroyed them. They had turned losses into lessons and victories into momentum. She whispered again, "They are ready for the galaxy. They are ready to change everything." The coalition was forced to retreat entirely, leaving human space stronger, united, and ready for whatever came next. Daniel Brooks sent messages to all colonies, coordinating repairs, reinforcements, and celebrations. Maya Collins smiled as she read the reports. "Humans have done what no one thought possible. We survived, we fought, and now we are stronger than ever." Jack Turner gathered his squadron. "This is just the beginning," he said. "They will return, yes, but we will be ready." Humans fight smarter, faster, and stronger than anyone expected, and we will never give up. Ethan and Lily stood together looking at the stars. "They thought humans were weak," Ethan said. "They were wrong," Lily nodded. "They will learn the same lesson again and again." Humans survive, humans fight, humans win. General Kara Vesh watched the stars quietly, knowing the galaxy had changed. The throne had ignored her warnings, but humans had proven their worth. They had adapted, survived, and grown stronger than anyone could have predicted. And somewhere deep in her heart, Kara knew that humanity was no longer just a species to be watched. They were a force that could shape the galaxy's future. A force that could bring hope, change, and perhaps even justice to a universe that had long forgotten it. The stars shone over human space, bright and endless. The humans had survived their first real test in the galaxy, and now they were ready for whatever challenges awaited them. Because humans did not just survive, they thrived. They adapted. They fought. And they would never stop. The coalition had been forced back, but the humans knew the war was not over. Every fleet, every colony, every ship had learned from the battles. They had survived attacks that should have destroyed them. They had adapted, grown stronger, and proved that humans were not a species to be underestimated. Captain Jack Turner stood on the bridge of the flagship, looking at the holographic map of the galaxy. Red dots marked the coalition fleets, still regrouping in distant systems. "They will return," he said, "but they do not know what they are up against. We are ready now. We have learned faster than they could have imagined." Ethan Cole worked alongside him, analyzing energy flows and shield patterns. "We can strike first this time," he said. "We can take the fight to them before they rebuild. We have the advantage." Lily Harper nodded. "Then we do not wait. We take the fight to them. Humans survive by acting when others hesitate." Daniel Brooks and Maya Collins were preparing diplomatic messages to the remaining alien powers. Some had stayed neutral, and some had begun to quietly support humans, seeing the coalition's failures. "We need allies," Daniel said. "Humans cannot fight the galaxy alone, but we can lead and we can inspire others to join us." Maya smiled. "Humans fight not just for themselves, but for everyone who is oppressed. That is our strength. That is what makes us dangerous." General Kara Vesh watched from orbit around a liberated human system. She had guided humans with intelligence and warnings, but she had never interfered directly. She had warned the throne to leave humanity alone, and they had ignored her. But now the humans were no longer the species to be dismissed. They were strong, adaptive, and united. "I underestimated them once," she said quietly to Relin, her second-in-command. "But never again. Humans do not just survive, they change everything they touch." The humans launched their counteroffensive in the Shira system, where the coalition had rebuilt its forces. Small human fleets moved quickly, using every strategy they had learned. Mining drones, civilian ships, and fighter squadrons worked together in ways the aliens had never seen. Jack Turner led a daring strike on a key coalition base. "We move fast," he said. "We hit hard. We hit where it hurts the most." Lily piloted her ship through asteroid fields and debris to strike the supply lines. Ethan guided her remotely, calculating every move in real time. "Their shields are weak here," he said. "Hit now." The base exploded in a flash of fire and debris. The coalition commanders were shocked. They had expected humans to fight cautiously, but humans attacked with precision and courage. Every strike was a message. Humans were no longer just survivors. They were a force. Daniel Brooks coordinated with colonies to cut off coalition reinforcements. "Every system we free," he said, "is another step toward the galaxy seeing what humans can do. They will have to respect us, whether they want to or not." Maya Collins added, "And we fight smart. We do not waste lives. We protect our people while showing our strength. That is human strategy." In the midst of the battles, Kara made her move. She secretly provided intelligence about the throne's core worlds, showing humans weaknesses and patterns that no one else knew. She risked everything, but she believed humanity was the only species capable of reshaping the galaxy. Jack Turner received the intelligence and grinned. "She is right," he said. "The throne ignored the warning. Now they will see humans in action." Ethan Cole analyzed the data. "We can strike at their supply lines, their communication networks, and their fleets simultaneously. They cannot respond to everything at once. They will crumble." Lily Harper prepared her ship. "Then let's go. Let's show them humans do not give up. Humans do not retreat. Humans win." The humans moved quickly, striking across multiple systems. Coalition fleets were destroyed, supply bases were destroyed, and communications were cut. Every victory inspired more humans to join the fight and more neutral species to ally with them. On one of the throne's central worlds, the council members watched in disbelief. "How is this possible?" one of them hissed. "Humans are only one species. They cannot do this to all of us." Another counselor, a tall, crystal-skinned being, shook their head. "They have changed. They are cleverer, faster, stronger, and they fight for more than themselves. They fight for every species oppressed by the throne. This is beyond our control." Kara Vesh watched silently. She had warned them. She had pleaded for humanity to be left alone, and now the throne faced the results of its arrogance. The human strategy was simple, but effective. They used speed, intelligence, and unity to outmaneuver their enemies. Civilian ships became supply carriers and combat support. Scientists modified weapons and shields in real time. Fleets acted independently but coordinated through human intelligence networks. Jack Turner led a strike on the throne's military outpost, supported by Lily, Ethan, and Ava Grant's adaptive technology. They avoided the main guns, struck weak points, and disabled communications. The throne's forces were unprepared for humans who could think so quickly, act so decisively, and adapt in real time. Meanwhile, Daniel Brooks and Maya Collins worked to unite alien species oppressed by the throne. They offered protection, supplies, and the promise of freedom if they joined humanity's cause. Slowly, allies began to respond, increasing human strength even more. The final push came at the throne's core world. Jack Turner's fleet approached, sleek and fast, dodging patrols and automated defenses. Human engineers had found weaknesses in the planet's orbital shields, and scientists had modified weapons to exploit them. Daniel Brooks prepared the human envoys, including Maya Collins, for a final confrontation. "We are not here to destroy," he said. "We are here to show the galaxy that humanity can change it, that the throne has been wrong." Maya nodded. "We fight for justice, not vengeance. That is what makes us human. That is why the galaxy will follow us." As they entered the system, Kara Vesh guided them with precise intelligence. "The throne cannot withstand a coordinated attack," she said. "You have learned, adapted, and grown stronger. Now it is time to show them what humans can do." The battle began. Human fleets attacked from unexpected angles, using decoys, modified drones, and precise strikes. Coalition remnants tried to resist, but they were scattered and disorganized. Adaptive shields deflected energy blasts, and AI-guided missiles found weak points. Jack Turner led a final strike team to the throne's command center. "We hit fast," he said. "We hit hard, and we do not stop until the galaxy sees humanity's strength." Inside the command center, humans moved carefully, avoiding traps and ambushes. They confronted the throne's council, who had watched humans rise in disbelief. Daniel Brooks stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. "You have ignored warnings. You have ignored reality. You assumed humans were weak, small, and unimportant, but we have survived. We have adapted. We have fought together, and we have won. Now the galaxy will see that humans are a force that cannot be dismissed." The council members were silent. Some trembled. They had underestimated humanity at every step, and now it was too late to stop them. Kara Vesh entered, standing beside the humans. "I warned you," she said. "You turned a blind eye, and this is the result. Humans are not just survivors. They are clever, adaptable, and united. The galaxy will listen to them, whether you like it or not." The humans offered a choice: reform the council and create a new interspecies assembly, or face continued resistance from humans and their allies. The throne, seeing the overwhelming evidence, agreed. Daniel Brooks and Maya Collins helped organize the new assembly, inviting representatives from every free species. The council's power was broken, and humanity became a leading mediator in galactic affairs. Jack Turner returned to his ship, exhausted but proud. "We did it," he said. "We survived, we fought, and we changed the galaxy. Humans are stronger than anyone imagined." Ethan Cole looked at the stars, thinking of all the battles they had faced. "We learned, we adapted, we survived, and now we have a future." Lily Harper smiled. "Humans fight not just with weapons. We fight with intelligence, with courage, with unity. That is why no one can defeat us when we work together." Kara Vesh watched silently, feeling hope she had not expected. Humans had changed the galaxy. They had proven that strength was not just about numbers or power. It was about adaptability, courage, and unity. The throne had ignored her warnings, but humanity had shown the galaxy what she had known all along. Humans were not weak. Humans were unstoppable. Humans were the species that could shape the future. And as the stars shone brightly over the galaxy, the humans looked to the horizon, ready for whatever challenges awaited them. Because they had survived the impossible, adapted to every test, and risen above every threat. Humans had not just survived, they had triumphed. They had changed the course of the galaxy, and nothing would ever be the same again.